Welcome. I'm Halcyon and this is Hug Nation. Today the topic is I am the Instagrammer that ruined Burning Man. Now first off, I don't believe Burning Man is ruined. Of course, every year that topic comes up and there is a reason, and one of the current focuses of frustration and anger is Instagrammers and influencers and Instagram culture. And there is a degree in which that is legit, that Instagram culture has a problem. But Burning Man ruined? That's crazy. That's like saying your child is ruined when they become a teenager. Of course, the wonder and awe that you saw in a 4-year-old is different than when you see it at an 11-year-old or a 16-year-old, but the world is different. The experience is so much different. There's new technologies. There's new dynamics. And so Burning Man is not ruined. Burning Man is growing up and having to deal with all sorts of influences. Secondly, if we're going to start casting stones at people who take pictures of themselves and upload them to the internet, cast the first stone at me. I have been taking scantily clad photographs of myself at Burning Man for 22 years. So first off, let's just call it. There is a huge amount of misogyny in the anger that people are hurling at hot women wearing captain's hats. Hat tip, captain's hats. Secondly, just because someone is fit and beautiful by traditional standards and is wearing an outfit or includes outfit creation as part of their art and is enjoying photography in that regards, that does not mean that their contributions to the culture and to the Burning Man experience is limited to that. There was a fantastic post by Henry Chang, who is an incredibly gifted mutant vehicle creator. It was a picture of a sunset with his car and a beautiful woman atop it. And he had to explain that this woman is not some shallow model. Not that there's anything wrong with modeling, or the modeling inherently is shallow, but this is a woman who busts her ass to build and strike and gift her talents and her energy to the community to make it better. And the fact that he had to explain this was disappointing, that we are blanket labeling people as a problem simply because an aspect of their experience, the way that they burn, is in outfits and photography and modeling. I have countless pictures of myself wearing almost nothing in front of sculptures, in front of the man, in front of the temple, in front of all sorts of things at Burning Man. I have for years worked on my Burning Man body, getting ready for the burn so that I could include my physical self as part of the artistic creation that I share. I've worked on outfits, and notice that I keep saying outfits instead of costumes because it's a big trigger to me. A costume is something you wear to pretend to be something that you're not. An outfit is simply an expression of another part of yourself. However, getting excited about outfits, stepping into your inner sexiness and capturing that on film, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. And so we got to stop the attacks that we see anytime someone shares a picture of themselves trying to look beautiful or sexy or wearing a bejeweled captain hat. God bless expression in however it comes. That being said, we do need to be cautious about people forgetting the opportunity of freedom of expression and radical self-expression, and maybe a kind reminder that if you are dressing up according to some outfit that you saw in a magazine spread and are trying to look like that, that's not very radical. It's not a self-expression. It is falling into the same patterns of try to fit in that we fall into in the default world. And if someone comes to Burning Man with the agenda to get imagery that helps to inflate their social currency, Well, yeah, that's problematic. But we can't make the assumption that that's what someone is doing. And even if they are, we as a culture, as a community, need to get better at how we educate and acculturate people. When we attack and label and call people the enemy and what's ruined them, we have created a wall. We have pushed people into being a problem. If instead we can find a way to say, hey, I noticed that you are leaking from your RV. I'm wondering if you're aware of that and if there's a way that we can fix this and be better. Let's be better. Can that be one of our new mantras? Let's be better. I've been going to Black Rock City for 22 years. And if I look back on the things that I've done wrong, I've made many mistakes. My first year, I skipped out on strike. For my early couple years, I would take a shower by pouring water over my head and letting it go right down on the open playa. This very year, I had an incredible reunion with Geordi, the temple builder, in the temple. And in the process of seeing him and sharing with him, I was laughing and had someone message me afterwards telling me that I ruined their temple experience. Fuck, sorry. Now, I think that we need to be aware that we're always getting better. So I will say on behalf of all the things that I have maybe not even done wrong, but things that I have done ignorantly or not being fully conscious of how it affects other people, let me say, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I love you. Let's be better. Help me to be better. There's nothing I want more than to be a good burner and to make your experience better. And if we can assume that that's the case with everybody, assume that people recognize the gift and the opportunity of being a part of this culture and allowing someone to be better lets them give a gift instead of attacking them and putting them in defensive mode. That is never an efficient tactic of changing people. So thank you to the person who wrote me the message that said that I ruined their burn. Thank you to the people in my camp who have expressed frustrations with the way things have been done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll start with that. Thank you for communicating. Second, I'm sorry. And third, I love you. Fourth, let's be better. Bringing that to everything, I think, puts us in this place that really magnifies the possibility of our culture. When we have a situation where we have attacking people when they do wrong, and we start to have this fear of, oh, I hope I don't mess up, I hope I don't get shamed, then suddenly we are putting limitations on our radical self-expression. And one of the massive world-changing gifts of the 10 principles is that we encourage radical self-expression. And when, as a community, we know that we're all pushing our limits. We are all given permission to push our edges and discover who we are and stretch outside maybe the old stories of that's too much. But in the process of doing that, sometimes we do too much. Sometimes we're too loud. Sometimes we're too much and we affect other people's experience in ways that we didn't intend to. And that's why we have to communicate. You should have known better. No. Express, hey, just so you know, I'm trying to have this experience and the way that you are carrying on over here is making it difficult for me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Let's do better. But if you don't communicate, I have no idea. Now, if you do communicate and I don't care or I do it again, that's a problem. I deserve the labels of asshole or problem or I deserve consequences of some sort, shaming or lashings or something. But if we're going to utilize the potential of radical self-expression and allowing these suppressed magic inside us out, we have to be able to tread over the line sometimes and know that we love each other enough to guide each other back. Does that mean sometimes it's uncomfortable? Yes. Part of the art of Burning Man is discomfort in our environment, in the expressions we see other people do, and in the way we are pushed and then have to stand up for ourselves, whether we say, I can't do this anymore, I need to go take care of myself, I need to avoid this, I need to not eat this, I need to have a word with this person and say, is it possible that you could point your generator in another direction? Give each other a chance to gift to one another. It's all comes down to the principles: radical self-expression, communal effort, participation, gifting. So, I'm sorry I ruined Burning Man. But the process of me taking scantily clad pictures of myself helped me to step in to my sexiness. Helped me to overcome aspects of my shyness and my insecurities. Helped me to love myself. And if I crossed the line along the way, there were people to say, that's a little much. Or, hey, just so you know, there's other people trying to enjoy this right now, so maybe do your thing a little bit farther away. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Let's be better. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for listening. Please sign up for my newsletter so that we can stay in touch outside of the grasp of these corporate social media sites. List.hugnation.com. And if you want to know more about my coaching, pinkpath.net. You can always support me on Patreon as well at patreon.com/halcyon. Subscribe on iTunes or YouTube to the Hug Nation channel. Or just look deeply into a pink flower and I will feel it. I love you.